What is up, everyone? Episode 17 of NookTalk Live. I am joined by Zach after taking a brief break. I missed you, man.
I miss
How
you
you
so
doing?
much. You moved to a different state, farther away from me, wearing the
Yeah.
shirt that I cannot support, but you're still dear in my heart. Still appreciate you. Still
hmm
love you. And I freaking love this show. It's so good to be back after. I feel like Animal Crossing's taken a couple months off, but we just took a week off.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people said, why the heck, where were you guys last week? And I feel like I don't want to stretch out the anticipation too much.
Right.
And it's funny because it's rumored that this new update is tomorrow. So it's like,
Well,
this is
well, the
even worse
trailer. The
timing.
trailer.
Yeah, the trailer.
The
I mean, you
trailer.
never know. There could be some drops.
Surprise drop. Jack is
I don't
just
know.
here. A
Yeah.
month early. No, I really think if you didn't see, there was a Nintendo post talking about upcoming content for new games, and they said right around the corner, Animal Crossing getting its fall update. And they actually, we'll touch on it later, but they actually gave us some good snippets of like what to expect. I think.
Yeah. And usually when you look into things too much, you're like, oh man,
Fishing.
you're shooting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Animal Crossing is straight up. Like if they give clues, it's happening. So
Right.
I'm very excited. But like always, guys, we start the show with your opinion. And
Oh,
Zach, again, a landslide. I cannot create polls that just like
you
are
are. Yeah.
even. Yeah.
You're not a
Can't do it.
pollster. I'm gonna take over those duties for episode 18.
You
Well, let the
should.
big boys take charge of the polls once we turn 18.
You should. And I think the interesting thing is Zach and I both disagree with the results. So I'm gonna read it here. If you guys want to vote on future polls at NintenTalk or at NookTalk Live over on Twitter, and this week I said you can only have one. So no greedy people out there. You can only have one. Nook's Cranny expansion, Able Sisters expansion, or Harv's Island expansion. Zach, 77% want more Nooks. They want Nook's Cranny to be upgraded.
Didn't they get the message when Tom Nook took all their bells? Didn't they get the message when he locked Isabel in resident services? Why are they supporting this family? This is not the family to support. Look, I'm just gonna give you my answer right now. The Able sisters, that's a family-owned business. That's what we got to be supporting here in 2020. And customization upgrades.
I mean, they're not too great to their employees. I mean, they
No,
close an hour early.
that's
But
actually very nice to their employees. Let them get home with their friends and
but they're
family.
stuck there sewing these patterns all day. They need a break, okay? So I respect that, and I do think we'll get to this later, but I do think Able Sisters is due.
Hmm.
Harv's Island needs to be the answer.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Now, the reason why I say this is a few reasons. So if you go to Harv's Island,
Yeah.
it looks like it's incomplete. It looks like it's a demo. You know what I'm saying? You go there and it's an island.
It looks
but you
like
can
it's
only
a trap, kinda.
yeah, you it's it's very weird, okay? But there's promise with Harv's Island. So I go back to the wedding update when we had like objectives like create a wedding ceremony or create a reception. And like I want more of that, but on a grander scale. Like imagine if there were different like sets on Harv's Island. And you
Right.
have to take like pictures. Like they could expand that, or they could add more things to the island.
As the kids these days say, Pat, I'm a little. I feel like you're a little sus right now. First it's Kid Core, now it's Harv's Island. What's going on behind the scenes, man?
Okay, I don't give a crap about Harv. Okay, he's a little hippie. He
right.
does what he wants.
Okay.
The rest
Okay.
of the island
If
is
you
what
say
I'm
so.
interested in.
Yeah,
The
there is
rest of the island.
potential. I had a viewer over on Switch Force came up with this amazing idea of making Harv's Island a photography based island where like you would use the camera to kind of snap different animals, snap different birds, and kind of that would be the adjacent way to utilize the photo element, not for indoor set shots, but for something that could kind of be,
Yeah.
like an extra mechanic, almost like Pokemon Snap style, but AC Snap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm looking at this, and we're going to the update again, I could see Able Sisters, and I've said this in my prediction video a couple months ago, or like a month ago, which I got completely wrong. I thought we were going to get a two-parter, but I did say in there, I like Able Sisters. I mean, you think of costumes, you think of masks, like it could be like the center of attention. Why not upgrade it?
Right.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Like they've done the kiosk update where you can search things.
Well, and that's
That's
where that kiosk update is where I think maybe Able Sisters is now back of the queue. I think Nook's Cranny or Harv's would be due next, even though it's not what I want, because we did get a little bit of, little bit of
Yeah.
movement in Able Sisters, but I love the customization. I love the outfits, and with Halloween coming up, like you said, costumes just more and more. I think costumes might be coming though. Like I really think we might be getting something like that based on Nintendo's verbiage. So,
Hmm.
but
I don't know.
the people picked Nook's Cranny.
And I don't know what. Okay, the chat needs to explain this to me. You guys need to write in and explain this to me. Do you want more things to buy? Like, do you want Kicks to join there or like Leaf to join there? I really don't get like the appeal of that because it looks like there's like you look at past Animal Crossing games and you're like, oh my god, we could have bought like so much more. We bought so much more back in New Leaf or something.
Right.
But like we didn't really have this cabinet full of like wallpapers and floorings like that was spread around in Nooks in like the Nookingtons and stuff like that. So it's like
Right.
we have more to buy in this game. So I really don't see.
Everybody wants more items, and I guess items are intrinsically tied to Nook's Cranny,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
I don't know. I think when people read this question, they're like, well, new items, it's going to be a bigger store, so new items, but like it would be the same items, just more of them. I don't
Yes,
know.
the store itself. Yeah, the update I guess would be, or my hope of a Nook's Cranny update is that like something structurally changes or mechanically changes, because I think it's inevitable that we're getting more items over the course of 3 years.
Hmm.
Would you want someone to take up shop? This is like I feel like a back and forth I see. So many people want Leaf or want Kicks in there. You want somebody else to hole up inside Nook's Cranny, or you like it how it is?
I think the NPC spawn rate, because you know they're going to add more, like
Mhm.
whether Katrina comes or, you know, the Home Academy or something like that. So it's like you keep adding these NPCs, but then that, like, if I'm looking for Kicks,
Right.
he's a great guy, small business. If you're looking for him,
Not much
he's
variety.
then he's pushed back again. And like people that want the art pieces, like Red is pushed back again. So it's like, I don't really care either way, but if it will give me the other NPCs more often, then yeah, put Leaf in there.
I
Like,
want Nintendo. Hear me out. I want Nintendo to pull an Apple and eliminate these second-party marketplaces. Let's put a boot on Nookazon and let's open up the upper floor of Nook's Cranny for us to sell items to our friends list.
that would, oh, hey, that would be cool.
Not bad,
Like,
huh?
I feel like a take on like the auction house where you like put things
Exactly.
up for bid almost.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah, and it would give another online like, and then you have like the economy, you know, is boosted that way. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
I like it, and the crowd
What do
roars
you
with
do? You
approval.
want people to join in like the museum? We've had like that art thing, and that's like the big rumor for Brewster.
Right. I wish that they have their own buildings, but you know I'm on record of saying I don't think we ever get another building again. I just don't think it's a thing. I think they're all going to go in. I think Brewster's going to go in the museum. I think eventually maybe somebody shows up in Nook's Cranny. I don't know where it goes.
Yeah. My only thing about Nook's Cranny getting expanded, and this is the only reason why I doubt it, is because you go to the different seasons, like the end of October, it has Halloween decorations. You go to
Mhm.
winter, it has Christmas. So like, why would they put that in the game if they were looking to?
You're saying like
You
the
know what I mean?
building's already, well, it would be interior, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm
Like,
talking the outside because like right now we have the pumpkins outside.
no, I know, but if they updated Nook's Cranny, it wouldn't be it would just be like when,
It might there's like space around the building.
but when Blathers decided that he was gonna open an art gallery, like the museum still stayed the same size. He just like found the space
true.
in another realm.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I found this 1,000 square foot like randomly.
Well, yeah, I mean, in my head, I'm picturing Timmy and Tommy like they have yet to venture into the back room. They're like, we don't know what happens in there. Nobody knows. Maybe one day, but not now. They can't hop over the little rope. They can't get over it. They're too
Yeah.
tiny, small legs.
I don't know, man. It's like I could see Nooks. Like you go in Nooks, you have that little like staircase on the side.
Okay.
There's like hints at it,
Yeah.
but if I'm looking at this game, what needs expanding? Harv's Island. Like, and the interesting thing is like, how far is Harv away from our island? Because he has exclusive items. He has a fence. He has like a wind chime.
They
I want
never
that
they
stuff.
never make clear when you're traveling to Harv's or Mystery Islands. Like it could be a 16-hour flight or it could be a 60-minute flight. We don't know.
Yeah, and if you're going through 200 villagers, like, you better be
Yikes.
getting those miles. You know?
Exactly. Where is my Dodo Airlines credit card? I'd be so much free stuff. So much free merch I could throw on that Dodo Miles
There
card
we
if I
go.
wanted to.
There we go. Speaking of which, wow, what a transition, guys. We're like professionals here.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, I forgot that merch. We gotta get goodness gracious merch, guys. If you go in the merch store right now, you can get NookTalk Live 2.0 merch, because we had like the initial launch with the older logo. We have a brand new logo. It looks fire. I already ordered mine. It looks really good. There's a shirt, a hoodie, and a mug for Brewster when Brewster comes.
Very nice, dude. I like it so much. Fresh host, fresh merch, fresh update. Yeah. You got to grab some new NookTalk Live merch. So, in theory, Pat, next episode is our most excited episode yet. Next episode, Brewster's out. Next episode, I Can't Sit Still. Next episode, Jack is announced. You can't sit still. So grab that merch so you're ready for the power pack of episodes. 18, 19, 20, I think are going to be the best episodes this show's ever had. Mark my words.
I'm so excited. Like, we're going to get to what we think are updated predictions for this update. It's going to be big. I think it's going to be one of the best.
Oh, it has to be.
Oh, it has to be. It's the best holiday ever. Bar none.
Look, if Brewster is in the update, it'll never be topped. On one hand, that's sad. We are on the precipice of the best update ever, and nothing will ever match it. I mean, honestly, I don't think that there will be more anticipation than right now, because even if they go a longer gap in the future, I think people will wane on the game a little bit. I think people will fall off. But right now,
yeah,
the anticipation is just, it's
like Christmas is going to be hyped.
Yes.
Like, you know,
Hanukkah.
Like Jingle coming
Jingle's
along.
Okay.
I think we're going to get a year 2 giant update that might top this.
With the Mario items?
Mario items, maybe a multiplayer. Like, you don't know.
New villagers?
Year 2, they got to spice it up. Okay, this next topic, this is a little callback. You know, let's take a trip down memory lane, Zach. What do you have for us?
Today, in our rotating merry-go-round of epic segments that may or may not return, 6 months of AC. We just crossed the threshold. It's September 23rd. On the 20th, it was 6 months of this game. And Pat and I have played it pretty much nonstop. And so we thought it'd be fun to give you guys our 5 highlights from the last 6 months, because we've done so much with the game. There's been so many updates, so many moments, and so many like extracurricular activities. I won't even say them because you might be using them on your list. But it has been like I get a little sentimental. Six months with these 6 months of these fine people. 6 months with this fine game.
Okay, here's the thing. Did you still think you'd be playing it right now?
I've told it twice on my channel, so I have no shame in saying that I had a family event planned on March 20th, and I was skipping the game until quarantine locked me out of the state, so I couldn't go. And then I was like, well, Animal Crossing it is. Heck no. It's so embarrassing because now it's my life, but when Animal Crossing got announced, I was like, I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't even care.
Wow. And now you're awaiting a holiday trailer.
Dude, now I'm growing feathers as much as I want Brewster. It's bananas. Also, well, we won't talk about that merch, but
everyone knows by now, Zach. Zach is not
Stop
subtle
it. I am subtle. I'm not. Come on. I can keep a secret.
I still thought I'd be playing this, but not every day. I feel like when I play Animal Crossing, I like binge it for the first 3 months, and then like every 3 days, every 4 days, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But okay, so do you have one right off the bat?
I do, man. I'm gonna give you my list, and I wrote them down here. I'm gonna give you my first one, which is honestly, it's this wait for Brewster. I don't know that I've ever been more anticipatory of some like goofy, cute video game character ever. Like, I get super excited for new game releases. You know that. Like, I'm a massive BioShock fan. I have games that I'm super excited for, but like specifically centered around one pigeon. Like, this anticipation.
So you are living your best moment right now.
I am living my best moment, and it could either be confirmed or killed, probably tomorrow. But no, like, whether Brewster drops tomorrow or whether Brewster drops next year, this anticipation for him and my new fondness for him, I would say he's an ugly character. I don't think he has a whole lot of charm, but something about his love for tea and cocoa and coffee just, it soothes my soul, and I'm so ready for him.
It's what we need right now. We need a little hug.
Yeah, exactly.
We need a little pigeon hug.
A little coo.
I kind of agree with you. We were talking the other week or so, I don't know when it was, but we were like, well, what happens when they stop giving monthly updates? And I feel like some people did fall off, but you can't help but to get hyped right now. Like, it's literally around the corner. Out of Nintendo's mouth, it is around the corner.
Big stuff.
Yeah. I am living one of mine too. I'm living one of mine right now. So
Okay.
I started this thing and I was like, you know what? I need to see what kind of influence I have on this poll. Okay, the best villager poll.
All right.
And I was like, I need Eric to be up there because I'm selfish, okay?
Obsessed. Yeah. Yeah, we know.
But I turned it into this charity thing. We're raising money for the Humane Society. And I set a month goal, Zach, of $1,000.
Okay.
And we are doubled that. We doubled that in 2 days.
Look at you. Look at this community. That's amazing. That's applause worthy.
Like crazy stuff.
It's
and I feel like
fantastic.
if you go back 6 months before I started covering this game, I never could have done that. Like no audience, like some following, not no following, but like it's crazy. Like
It's super
people
cool.
rallying around you, and yeah, it's the community sense, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, community in every way of the word has been amazing. But I love what you're doing. I think it's so awesome. I'm a big fan of Project Eric. I'm not a fan of Eric, but I'm a fan of Project Eric.
How could you're a monster. Okay, next one. What do you got?
My hunt for Cranston will forever be imprinted on my mind because it took so long, and that was like the first villager that I specifically sought out. And it took so many tickets across multiple streams, multiple days, even across multiple weeks. And then I finally got him. I gave a big speech, and he's my favorite bird. He's the boy. I don't know why I love the ostriches, but they're my favorite species in the game. And just like, I mean, it kind of encapsulates all villager hunts, but really that one in particular was like, is he going to be there? Is he going to be there? And I think I'm a little burnt out on villager hunts now, but at that time I was, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and, I guess I should say bright-eyed and beaked, but, Cranston's pretty cool.
Now here's the real question: has Cranston come up to you and broke your heart by saying, "I think I should go"?
Yeah.
Oh no, Eric has never, and I've time traveled too. And Eric,
Dude, but you haven't done the time traveling that I have. My villagers' brains are jumbled to a point it's unrecoverable. Like you can't get it back.
That's a good one. So like, okay, that hunt stands out. All right,
Absolutely.
My next one was like an out of body thing. When I got this email, from a record label saying, "Hey, let's do something together." And of course, like I'm pessimistic sometimes, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a scam," like whatever. And it's literally someone that works at this record label that was a fan of this channel.
So cool.
And we did a collaboration. A lot of you, yeah, familiar faces here. A lot of you, we did a collaboration with Tovlo. We did the first Animal Crossing Tovlo concert. Like what?
That was one of the first big crossovers too. I mean, there's been a bunch since, but like that was one of the first. Like they were at the forefront of that, which is awesome, and it's so cool that you got to, be there with them.
And I think the shame in that was like that concert was supposed to happen like 2 months before, and like that was when AC was like at the peak, like crazy stuff. But
right,
yeah, if it would have came out at the time. And the marketing team on their side was really poor because when she did the concert, she actually unveiled a new song. And I feel like that should be the headliner on every like media report.
Yeah.
It kind of jumbled it up, but
it was such an amazing moment. I told you how proud I was because that's when your channel was really starting to like take off and you got the opportunity, and I thought that was just so cool. Your girlfriend says that you have her number, which is also pretty cool. That's kind of
I do.
That's kind of neat.
I do. Subtle flex, I guess.
No, that was so cool. And my next is, I can't give specifics, but it's along the same lines. The video that I have coming out Friday, I had a similar moment to you where I like got the message. It was a text, and I was like, Animal Crossing and this and me, like seriously. And it meant a lot to me because like it's the biggest thing Switchforce has done. And I've talked to you about like my channel's had some ups and downs, and my co-host had to leave. And so to be at a point where like this thing is happening it's pretty cool. So
it's this Friday, and it's the biggest Switchforce collab you've ever had.
Yeah, people can try to do detective work to figure it out, but it's pretty under the radar. So I'm excited to surprise.
When does this
people.
premiere? What the heck?
Friday. I don't know the exact time yet. It's up to them, but yeah, it'll be on my channel on Friday. And it's pretty sweet. It's again the idea of something using Animal Crossing to to try to really share their message or share their thing with with an audience. So someone said I'm working with Beyonce. No, don't think Jay-Z would approve of that, but that's not the answer.
Well, keep your eyes peeled over on Zach's channel. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know if this is a moment exactly, but I'm just shocked that I'm like a nerd with this stuff. The sales numbers of this game, like the amount of people. Animal Crossing. I feel like the misconception is that this is a small franchise, or like this isn't like a smaller whatever. But
More
on
niche,
the 3DS,
yeah.
like New Leaf was crazy. It did crazy numbers. So like you kind of assumed it would catch on. You can blame the pandemic. You can blame whatever. But like this game is still doing crazy numbers. And by the way, it came out in spring. We haven't even done like the holiday season yet.
Right.
So like, what is it at? 25 million?
Yeah, it's around 25, which is pretty insane. Second best-selling game in Japan ever after like 4 months. How?
Jeez.
That's absurd. Like Animal Crossing New Horizons is about to be the biggest best-selling Switch title. And I don't think at the beginning of this generation, if you laid out Nintendo's IP, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario, Zelda, I think you're right though. It did gain so much steam on 3DS, but it's taken itself to whole new heights. And pandemic or not, it's the game that earned it. So that's fantastic. I will say, and I hope I'm not stealing yours, so if you need to piggyback, that's okay. The Crunchy Island races have been so amazing. They've been so fun. I never win, but they've been so fun. I love not only the ingenuity and the islands that they've built, but also how they've evolved. I think that's been super impressive to see. Like from the first race to the last race, such good stuff. And the community, like what I think I love about it also, and it's kind of like a subtle thing, is like Crunchy Island is now like people know that. If I say Crunchy Island, they're not like, oh, it's a YouTube channel. Like they know that's a race. And the fact that that couple has built up this identity and this idea into like Crunchy Island is now a staple of Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And it's always
Zach's
so
about to be in another trailer. They're going to quote Zach. That was good. Yeah. No, I agree. This is like, it's game changing. It makes an event in Animal Crossing that like is not there. Like Nintendo can only dream about doing these kind of events. Like
there's another quote for you. Nintendo can only dream.
Sam, get out of here. No, but it's like that's what you want in a game, like making events that doesn't have to do with like hundreds of hours of developing and like, doing new updates and changing the game. You're literally using the game assets to like make a competition and get like creators involved. Insane. I want to see like where this idea all came from. I gotta have him back on here.
I'd love that. I'd love to talk to him. I wonder if PAX and E3 and all those events were still a thing. I wonder if some company would have been like, dude, Animal Crossing is the biggest thing. These Crunchy Island races are cool. Let's get 4 big AC channels in Crunchy Island, and we're gonna put like a live Crunchy Island race like at PAX or at like. I mean, if we ever return to normalcy, that I'm pitching that to anybody that wants to listen. I think that'd be so cool.
Team, like they need to reach out. Crunchy, I'm talking about. They need to reach out to like companies and just get their logo on races. Like this race is sponsored by like AT&T. Like it could happen. Like it's a big event. And
then you could do themed races as well, which would be.
Yeah, like you were talking about how they were evolving, and like he's starting to do like themed ones now. Like we have bamboo like jungles now, and like it's really cool. I'm excited for what he does, and it's always like fresh. It's always new ideas. Get ready for that trailer
with our quotes
in there. I'm trying to think of more. I mean, winning one of the races, obviously.
Oh, yeah, like, thanks, man.
Does it feel good?
Does it feel good?
Great.
Does it? Oh,
yeah, you're not used to winning. The Lions are even 0-2. Interesting. But yeah, winning the races, that's great. You have a like people yelling at you, telling you what to do. And I actually looked back at the footage, and me and Kang were like so close. Jeez.
Oh yeah, being close would be nice. Just lonely Switch Force over here trying so hard.
Oh my god.
Oh man, one day. But my fifth and final for you, and it's personal to me. My because I wasn't that as familiar with Animal Crossing. I played it before, but nowhere near this level. So my saga with Snooty and like figuring out how to move out villagers and like trying to be a part of that like early rush, like what's the best method, was super fun. And this character that haunted me and hated me and that I hated was really just a great time. And I think it's like Animal Crossing is a canvas, right, for you to put your creativity or your, in a lot of cases, your life. Some people shared marriage or, passing of family members are really important things to them. And so the ability to kind of have these memories and moments that are more than I beat the level or I won the game, but that have like these storylines to them, I think is awesome about the game. And that's why it will continue to thrive for days and weeks and years. It's not about beating, it's about experiencing. And
Yeah.
I love all that stuff that I've got to do.
Now I'm surprised that you were so hard on Snooty when at the same time you had Rocket on the island and
you wanted to drown Rocket, so
I still do.
I couldn't top that. I'll never forget. Pat's this nice guy. He's like all innocent and kind, former pastry chef, got this up and coming channel, and we're like doing our first collaboration. And he's like, "Oh, Rocket, let's push her in the river." And I was like, "Whoa."
Like, who's this kid?
Ice cold heart over here, man, for my original village. I mean, I got rid of Rocket as soon as possible, so I feel you, but
yeah. Okay, my last one, a little bit cheesy. I need some awes in the chat.
Okay.
I wish we had sound effects here.
Oh yeah, where's our soundboard?
I got an email and a private message on Twitter from Mr. Zach over here. It was so funny, dude, because you're like, "Hi, I'm Zach from Switch Force," and I literally responded to you. I know who you are. Get the heck out of here, dude. Like, no, when you reached out, like, I knew like people were starting to take notice, and like, when bigger creators reach out to like smaller people, like obviously I was doing something right.
Absolutely.
And it's cool because like, you're one of the channels. Like when I started my channel back in 2017, I'm like, okay, who are the big guys? We have like Game Explain, we have Switch Force, like the guys that I want to model my stuff after, and like that was cool.
Very cool. No, I loved it, and I think we've had some really fun adventures. And honestly, like, as somebody who's been around this for my 10-year anniversary is in 2-3 weeks, like for another little sappy moment. I can't say enough how nice it is to find somebody that's like genuinely cool and not just putting on a show for the camera, because it's so rare and few and far between. But you've done great stuff. I'm so glad you've had the success you've had, and I'm so glad that we like got this podcast going together. And it wasn't planned really. It kind of just happened serendipitously. But hey, sometimes former lovers will cross paths once again.
And now to the 5 worst. I'm kidding. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Waiting for the fall update. Bunny Day.
Oh man,
dude, I think Bunny Day is underrated.
Yeah. You won't get any bunny hate from this podcast.
You know what? I'm just gonna throw this. This is coming up on my channel in an hour, but I'm gonna spoil it now. I had this idea in a video where I was like, speaking of Bunny Day, what if they had seasonal villagers that you could only acquire during events? So like Zipper's brother is a villager that you can get on a mystery island only during Bunny Day. And during Halloween, there's like a skeleton villager that can only be acquired via mystery islands during that time period. Come on, Nintendo. Hook it up.
I like that. Oh my god. And then like their price like in the opposite time of year. Oh my god. It'd be disgusting.
You ever think you're just way smarter than the game developers? Like, how are they not thinking of all these cool ideas?
I want to know, like, oh my god, NookTalk's back on. They're gonna show us up again. No, they listen. There's a history of Nintendo listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about like the Dream update, the diving update, and it happened like days after.
That's right.
So. Okay.
So many good highlights. Six great months.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I've always been a part of like the Nintendo community, but like a game specific community is totally different because I feel like it's more hardcore. You get into like friend pockets and stuff, and like, Animal Crossing's great. There is some like toxic stuff that goes on, but that's like everywhere.
You know what I always say? It takes 9 months to make a baby, but it takes 6 months to make 10 great memories in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
There you go. I was not going there, but. Yeah, Morgan says the Great War of Star Trees. Oh my god, Star Trees.
That one has a lot of significance for you, but we won't go there.
Yeah, I want Star Trees back. Let's bring it back.
Let's veer the car in a different direction.
Anyway,
Pat, if we got a family car, what are we getting? It's got. Can
We're
it please
getting,
be? Go, well, I want to see what you say.
we're getting the safest minivan out there.
Okay, the
Okay?
safest. Protect our
Airbags
clan.
everywhere. Yeah,
Um, I really want a Tesla. I've wanted a Tesla for a long time.
I can see that. You're too predictable, Zach. You
I'm
need
too
to get,
predictable.
like,
You know, speaking of predictability, I heard the scariest talk about, and we'll jump off electric cars, but I have to share this with you. So there is this talk about when electric cars become, and self-driving cars become what everyone has, and there's going to be an accident. It's a rainy day, you're driving on a mountainside, and you're in your car, right?
yeah,
It's just you, Pat. You're driving in your swanky Tesla, and there's a family in a minivan in front of you, and they know that you're going to crash, and the car has to decide either you're going to crash and wreck the family, or it's going to throw you off the cliff to save the family. And like the cars have to make the statistical decision of who they're going to save. And that after that, I was like, maybe I don't want a self-driving car. That's terrifying.
oh my God, robots are gonna take over, guys.
Eventually.
Now they're driving for us.
Dang.
That's scary. Jeez. Well, how do I segue off that? We're still living. No, okay.
We are.
The
We're living for tomorrow. If there's not an update tomorrow,
are.
we're going to make everybody so disappointed.
We got to get into this because, like, you seen the thumbnail, you seen the title.
Yeah.
It's what everyone's talking about right now. Zach, percentage-wise, update tomorrow, or like a quote from you, so people can quote Zach.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's. Gosh, I got to get my my teleprompter voice ready. No, I think 70%. I really do. I think 70% tomorrow.
Okay.
Look, there's no way. Nintendo posted these like updates to their new games, and all the updates already exist, except Animal Crossing says, "Oh wait, it's around the corner." Pat, how many corners have you walked around in your life? Probably a couple thousand. When you walk around a corner, does it take a week? No. They didn't say around the bend. They didn't say down the lane. They didn't say across the month. They said around the corner. So I think that means it's got to be this week. And if you want to dig into I'm going to pull it up on my phone, but if you want to dig into exactly what they said, I think they're giving us a lot of juicy details.
Yeah. Yeah, now they're giving us little keywords and like cute little hints and stuff like that. I would be, I don't know about a percentage. No, you know what? I'll do it for show's sake. I will say 65%.
65. Okay.
That's pretty high. But here's my quote, guys. If you're like media or something.
Oh, yeah. I love how you think all of a sudden we're just like so famous and so
very
high,
good chance. Very good chance.
Pat gets Tovlo, I get my redacted, and all of a sudden we're big shots.
NintenTalk said it's a very good chance. No, I think it's a very good chance because now if you want exact dates, I think it's either tomorrow the 24th or the 28th.
Tuesday.
And Tuesdays and Thursdays like have been when these updates drop. So
can we say that it is a 99% chance it is on or before the 30th?
100%.
100%. Okay.
100%. I don't see them like releasing the update a couple days because I think we're gonna see like I would go as far as to say we are going to see Jack 100% on our island October 1st.
Full month of that pumpkin head, huh?
I think maybe an introduction of him.
Okay.
Like kind of like Zipper, where it's like, hey, I'm a creep in a costume. I'll be back.
I'll
later.
be around, man.
Yeah.
Wait for me, baby. Yeah, I mean, to dig in a little deeper here, it's time to celebrate the fall season in the Animal Crossing New Horizons game, which means there's another free update around the corner, not the bend or the month. Be prepared for seasonal in-game events and activities, plus some spooktacular tricks and treats. So the keywords there are in-game events, activities, and spooktacular tricks and treats.
And I know you might be saying, guys, you're losing it now. You're looking into this way too. They literally give hints on what's happening.
Yeah.
The villagers' dialogue will change. I've already had a villager in my town, Bunny, say like, "Oh, I'm going like costume shopping. What should I get?" Like they're very like before people were talking about dreams. Before like people were talking about diving. Like we've had some farming quotes. Like it's all gonna happen. It's just like when. So. Right around the corner for me means this week. That quote was said this week, right?
Morgan says, where's the Kool-Aid, though? You were supposed to send me some, man, so I could
Ooh.
understand what's going on here.
All right, go to Target. Okay, there's Kool-Aid there. Target is the plug.
If we get the fall update, I will get some, and destroy
better.
my holy healthy body for you. No,
You better.
Nintendo is they're smart. They do this. They're detailed, and I think it leads us to a bigger update when they do say in-game events and activities, because that's more than just like, oh, hey, it's going to be Halloween. Like there's
Mhm.
activities as well, whether that's trick or treating, whether that's Brewster, whether that's Katrina. The only thing that I take as a negative from this is, and maybe it's reading too much into it, there's zero indication of farming or Brewster whatsoever. This is specifically centered around Halloween and the month of October.
Mhm. And
So,
I hate to break it to you guys that want all this garbage. It is just going to be Halloween focused, which is why I'm leaning towards Katrina, because that's something you could subtly add in that's like spooky
yeah.
or like tricks like falling, you know? Let's start to dissect this. I think it's happening. Brewster, you're going to have to wait another month, Zach.
I
Another excruciating month. You have to do it.
I do think that we get trick or treating though, and like unless
Oh yeah.
tricks and treats are relating to DIYs and items, which they very well could be. I hope that there is either costume building or that there is trick or treating, that it's something more than just. Or do you think there's any chance that like Jack has items a la, Zipper's eggs that we have to like collect? Like once per day, you can go to a villager's house and get like a piece of candy that you then use as a DIY item or something of that sort.
Chance that candy is the craftable thing, like
Okay.
whether it's in balloons or it's given out daily, and
Hmm.
then to make the Jack furniture. I don't know how candies and pumpkins relate, but
Right.
yeah, I could see candy being like, because in the older games you had candy and you had lollipops, and if you brought lollipops to Jack, then he would give you a reward. So I see candy, lollipops coming back. But there's more to this.
There has
There's
to be, dude.
crafting,
Yeah.
and I said
Activities.
before, activities is the thing that we are going to talk about in a bit, because Zach and I are going to play the Animal Crossing team. We're going to pretend like we're on the Animal Crossing team. But masks are a big part of this event, and we only have a few in this game.
Hmm.
We're missing like key masks, and if they're going to do the same formula, because I don't think they're going to take everything from past games. I don't think New Leaf is like the standard of what's to come.
Right.
But if they are going to go back to the formula of scaring villagers with masks, we just simply don't have enough.
Mm.
So it's like, do we acquire these somehow? Do we craft the masks? Do we craft costumes? That's going to be I want it so bad, Zach. I want to go on a
Is that
time
what you think
machine.
the activity is? The scaring villager? Like, is that what you think they're referring to?
I think it's going to be scaring villagers, or they might expand on the mystery islands again, which I would
Because
love to
activity
see.
to me means something that you like can partake in repeatedly,
Mhm.
right? So like, would you consider the fireworks shows an activity?
Yeah, because you can like make
Make
custom
them, right?
ones.
Okay. But the good news there is then it's more than just like, oh, showing up and there's a 1 day thing. I think, yeah, whether it's some sort of mini game type event or something of the mystery island. I wonder if like Rover comes back for round two. It's been a while, and maybe he has like some spooky maze.
If Rover is in a costume, I'm going to lose it. I will lose it on I think that the mystery islands is such a good opportunity to kind of like make it more of a destination thing, where it's
Mm-hmm.
not like something like museum day where you're going in the
Mm.
museum and it's over within a couple minutes. Like they actually will take advantage of the loading screen that the dodo birds have.
Hey, as the fan, as now we're part of the Animal Crossing team, the first thing we're doing is firing whoever was in charge of International Museum Day. That's
Oh
objective
my
one.
god. That poor little intern.
Oh my gosh. What if we give you the same reward every single time you collect the stamps? How will that go over? Great, beautiful, brilliant.
And they're plaques. You can look at the reward. You can't even do anything. I'm excited. Well, I mean, I think the things are pretty much safe, like a safe lock. I think we're gonna get the Jack furniture back.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe we're collecting items all throughout October to then redeem to Jack the last day.
Mm,
Maybe that's how we do it,
mm.
or something like that. But the Jack furniture is pretty much a lock. Are we gonna get the creepy furniture? Is there gonna be a new set? I would like to see them go more in a new direction.
Yeah.
I hate knowing kind of what's gonna happen. I want them to expand a little bit more.
I hate that I'm having to prep myself that Brewster's not going to probably be there.
Now they did put out something in fall, but it's fall. It's not like next month or
Right.
coming soon. where they said the beverages are going to get warmer.
Yes.
You see that on the news? If you go to the news tab on your Switch and it's like the fall, like welcome to fall, we did absolutely nothing except make this post. It's like the beverages are getting warmer. So Brewster is coming either tomorrow in the update or November. But you are going to get Brewster.
Do you think they announce a double wave pack tomorrow or whenever they post it, or do you think it's just you think it's singular?
I think it's singular because at the end of the trailer they just put a picture of Jack. And I think they're hyping Halloween. I think it's just going to be
so
saw what
no
Pocket
tease
Camp
for
got?
no tease for what's ahead?
I think at the end of the trailer they're going to show Franklin. Or imagine if at the end they say get ready for November and it's a picture of Franklin and Brewster. I would cry for a little bit, but be excited. That's a good update. You get like food related things. Franklin, you get a coffee shop.
What was do you remember what the Leaf update was called? What they referred to that as? Was it the April update or it was the Earth Day update? Was that what it was called?
Earth Day. Yeah, it was surrounded about Earth Day.
I think it was.
But that was cool because we got Hedges,
right?
We got Leaf, but they went over like the next few months. It wasn't just
and that's where I think that this is going to be wave based because the picture with Leaf when it said free update available later in April, and then the summer update was a wave pack, and this is a fall update. It doesn't say like update available later in October. So I personally feel like it is going to be a double pack where they do. I don't think we'll get the trailer for update 2, but I think it'll say like and wait, like there's wave 2 coming, later on this fall because it's fall, it's seasonal.
They would swerve Franklin like that. They just put Jack on there. They wouldn't put like anything else. Like I don't know, man.
But
it's because I saw Jack, and when I saw Jack, I was like, well, maybe it's a 2-parter, but it makes sense now, like why they took September off. Like you have a lot of things coming into the game.
Right.
The game itself is changing. Like I think it's just gonna be Jack. I really think it's just gonna be if Brewster shows up in tomorrow's trailer, I will be shocked. I will be shocked. Do you really think they're gonna drop him?
The verbiage of fall leads me to believe that this is their coverage for the next couple of months. So that's why I think they split it. I think if it was an October update, they would have called it a Halloween or October update.
Yeah.
But okay, we look at the summer update. They dropped Pascal in Wave 1 and then no NPC in Wave 2. So if your logic is that, Jack kind of houses all of October as the event, then that would mean NPC and flip it. Then NPC in Wave 2, but not in Wave 1?
Yeah, because even when they did Luna, she was the only NPC in there, right? We had like the fireworks show and then Luna.
So they did do NPCs. They did Pascal in 1 and dude, we're getting Brewster. He's showing up in the trailer. Come on, man.
But the NPC that they're showing is Jack.
Jack doesn't count as an NPC because he's not permanent. He doesn't count. Right. Pascal is permanent. Luna's permanent. We
need a 1 in the chat if it's going to be Jack and Brewster, and 2 if it's just going to be Jack. I'm on the 2 camp.
I think Jack is just he's not as special as you're making him out to be, Pat.
I am offended.
He's just a holiday dude. That's what he's got going on.
Okay. It's mixed. That's what I should have done for the poll. It is mixed. We are literally getting there's quite a bit of 1s.
Yes, there are.
Okay, there's a lot of 1s.
Okay, take notes, Pat. So Pat's next poll, make sure that it's split evenly so that we can get some fair numbers.
That's how you do a poll. But I mean, I'm not gonna clickbait you guys. We have nothing really to go off of except they mentioned Brewster for fall, and
did they?
The thing about
they said Brewster.
Well, no. They said the beverages are getting warmer.
All right, just clarify.
What other beverage would get warm? Okay.
Well, there's not even beverages in the game.
Exactly. So like they're hinting at them, but it was a fall post. So like there's no confirmation there. Mm-hmm. So the only thing we have to wait, and we both think it's going to be tomorrow, but it could be the 28th.
We have one more thing to go off of.
Okay.
Which is the data mine.
Lay it on me. This is your wheelhouse.
The data mine has been. I pray at the altar of data mine. My data mine shrine is what gives me the knowledge and the premonitions of what is to come to this game, and it's been right on everything. Diving, Leaf, Red, Pascal, it's all been there. Red expanding to the museum, and they say there is a cafe coming to the museum. and that has not yet appeared. They say that farming and cooking are coming, and those have not yet appeared. There's nothing about Christmas. There's nothing about Halloween, primarily because those holidays I don't think are data mined as much because they are limited time events. So it's not baked into the code in the same way that these other elements that are permanent are.
Mm-hmm.
Everything so far has come true from the data mine. So it's not a question of if, it's when. And I think that if there was some other feature, we would hear about that in the data mine. But like they've run through the list except cooking, farming, and Brewster. So y'all getting one of the three.
I will stop you at the altar, Zach, okay? Because we are praying to the data mine gods. I will say this, though, and I think everyone can agree with this.
Yeah.
If you had to bet money on this game in general, you probably would have said Brewster. You probably would have said diving, dream suites and stuff. Like if this data mine had like dates attached to it, farming
are you insinuating that they're just like?
I think they're shooting it like.
Oh no!
I think they're shooting. Here's the thing. I will eat my words if they are right about farming, because farming is the thing that they went out on a let. It's a new thing,
right? So,
Pascal again is I think a major.
Luna coming back, Dream Suites.
That's given.
Save data, like a way to help save data, backup save data.
Like I
don't know.
I don't want to bash the data miners, man.
You gotta have some faith, man.
That's literally saying, like, guys, here we go. I'm a data miner. Ready? The next Mario Kart, you'll be driving. I swear. I heard it from some. I'm not sure. And you know what? There's gonna be shells.
So you're telling me that they knew that Leaf and Red were gonna be tied together? That's just dumb. Like, how?
I don't. We got gyroids.
I want you to know,
gyroids
Pat.
Another thing.
Just, I mean, I love you, and I think you're cool. So I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong, but I want you to know that they also the information on the regularity and the percentages of NPCs comes from the same guy, the same data mine. That is where those numbers come from, as well as the information on how to time travel to bump a villager and the percentages and what's necessary. It's all from the same dude. This man is in the Matrix. I promise you. Maybe he's even me.
Might be you.
Maybe I'm the data miner.
I mean, no, people can actually like go into the code and see things. I'm just like, a lot of this stuff I could have said was going to happen.
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
Sure.
The farming will make me a believer. I will go to church with you and we'll pray to the Brewster gods. But
remember that time when I thought Brewster was a rooster because it's Brewster? Nope.
The roost. Yeah, but I would say very good chance. Okay, now Zach and I are going to play like a quick little mini game here.
Oh, okay.
Where Zach, we are just appointed to the Animal Crossing team.
Again,
the
we got fired, now we're back.
Yeah, the Museum Day guy got fired. Okay? He was let go. We have to create our pitch to what we would do for the Halloween update, and we have to have the crowd, the fans here to vote.
Okay.
They got to vote. Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Is it one thing at a time, or is it the full kit and caboodle?
I want to go to the full thing. Tomorrow, this thing premieres, and this is what your team has been working on.
Gosh. Man, my team's working from home. It's been a little hard.
Has to be realistic, though. It can't be like, we're getting Brewster. He's going to come on a surfboard, and he's going to do...
He's going to come on a surfboard. Dang. Everyone, like, pour one out. Pour your Kool-Aid out for freaking museum intern, man. Poor guy.
Never pour it out. It's in a pouch. Okay.
All right, so the update begins. It's a two-parter. It's Wave 1 and it's Wave 2. And Wave 1 introduces a month-long Halloween event featuring Jack, the pumpkin man that Pat is obsessed with. And he has a wonderful plan where you are going to be collecting candy to purchase costume pieces. And then at the end of the month, there's a costume party. So it's not trick-or-treating per se, but it's a costume party. Wear your best costume, but it is trick-or-treating per se in that you collect candy from your villager houses. Once per day, one of your villagers will have a piece of candy. There's a little bit of randomness into it. There's a little bit of fun in it. One of them has the candy for the day, and you gotta grab it. Then after we know that Halloween's going to be spectacular, there's a new set of items, all right? And in this set of items, Red has gotten in on the action, like he got in on the fireworks display. So he's bringing some very interesting Halloween pieces, things that you might not have seen before, things that take the shape of maybe statues. Think about like Haunted Mansion, those kind of items that are a little bit more ghoulish than what we've had before. We're rolling, we're feeling pretty darn good about this, okay? Then we understand that Pascal has an update as well. Pascal now is able to buy your deep sea creatures. So this is a small little thing, but it's a nice way for them to add some value to the diving. And guess what you can find underneath the seas of your island? Well, Pat, I will tell you, instead of pearls this time, it's mystic orbs, okay? And these mystic orbs are another currency to help design more DIYs for the Halloween update. We're wrapping things up because we did not get an NPC. It is incredibly sad. And then the screen says, and one more thing, we hear the lovely coo of our favorite pigeon, and down descends Brewster. The museum has a cafe. It's decked out in Halloween spirit, just like in Pocket Camp, looking fantastic and fancy, and we're ready to all party. The final shot is Brewster and Blathers and Jack and Nook and Isabel all hanging out together. They let her stretch her legs. They did it again. And we can go enjoy some nice, warm fall beverages.
Where's Brewster?
He's in the museum, man. He's hanging out in the museum. He's got a nice cafe, okay? The disappointing thing is you can't work there. They've cut that from the game.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
So realistic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it says, and coming soon, Wave 2. And they put the I don't like Franklin, but they put him on there anyways. Realistic.
Okay. That was good. I gotta say, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
So Zach is 1, but don't put them in the chat yet.
All right.
Because this is what my team's been working on, okay?
Uh-oh, Pat. I'm ready.
So the trailer starts, and it's a brand new song that you haven't heard yet. A little spooky kind of remix on it, okay?
Gotcha.
Jack shows up, and you find out that he's up to his old tricks again. He wants to scare villagers. He kind of gives you like a little peek into what's going on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's 2 major things that happen. Jack is not alone, okay? We have Katrina instead of your Brewster.
Okay.
But Katrina joins the rotation of the NPCs. She does show up in the plaza, though, okay? She shows up in a creepy tent. So there's a little bit of a downside because then we're adding to the long list of NPCs. However, she does do the fortune thing, but if you get a bad fortune and you fix it, you can then she gives you some sort of currency, some sort of ticket. Okay.
Okay.
You can redeem those tickets for special like witchy spellcaster items.
Tarot card currency for spellcaster items. Okay, I like this.
Exactly.
I like
so
it.
there's a whole spellcaster witchy set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tumblr people go crazy what the items are. Now, there's another currency that you can do all throughout October, and you get spooky tickets.
Okay.
Now, these spooky tickets are then used to go on mystery tours, which are dark, foggy mazes that you go on. And at the end, you get lollipops. Okay. And then you save up your lollipops for the whole month. We're gonna stack these babies. You can do it once a day.
300 lollipops.
And then on Halloween, you can redeem these lollipops for the Jack furniture set. Isabel's is also, or is not Isabel's. The the Able Sisters.
Oh, okay.
The Able Sisters is a part of this update. Okay.
Yes.
It gets a revamp. It gets a second floor. All right.
Wow.
We have some new clothing options, including new masks, new costumes, and then it'll continue on for Christmas. We'll get some exclusive seasonal items. So the Ables gets an update. We have Katrina's witchy items. We have the costumes. We have the creepy. We have the Jack set coming back. No creepy set. We got to give a little bit of a downside there.
Okay.
And then at the very end, we see Brewster and we see Franklin coming soon. Bada bing.
All right. I mean, the second floor of the Able Sisters is interesting. Does the building change on the outside?
Yes, because there's a new floor.
Beautiful. Gotcha. Love it.
And it's decorated now, sort of like Nooks. So we have little decorations outside. So are we taking 1 or 2? We got Brewster coming next month. He's in the museum.
Costume party.
Costume party, which is good. Or we have.
And don't sell me short on Pascal's mysterious orbs. His
That's
mystical
pretty
orbs.
good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Or we have the Jack set coming back. We have new Katrina item set. We have the.
I like the Mystery
spooky
Island
Mystery
tours.
Island.
Yeah, through the fog. I like that.
It's pretty mixed.
It's pretty mixed, man. We've done well.
I'm not gonna count, but I want Jack to be the focus of this month. All right, it's October. If there's anyone that's gonna take some like attention away, it has to be Katrina. And I don't even like Katrina, guys. I don't like Katrina.
How do you feel if Jack is literally an October 31st one day person?
He has to introduce himself.
Okay. More importantly, you show up at a house. What is the main candy you want to be taking out of your COVID social distance 6 feet apart candy bowl?
If I'm actually trick or treating?
If you're a small Pat dressed as Jack.
Oh, I forgot to mention. You know what? It's already done. It's already done. Reese's. Okay. Reese's is my candy, man.
All right.
Do you have a favorite candy? Is it like
I'm trying? I have to rewind.
seed?
Yeah, I have to rewind back to pre-12-year-old healthy Zach to like. I mean, I remember I really like Sprees and Skittles, so probably some of that. I also love Reese's though. I like 8-year-old Zach is taking the Reese cup and smushing it between my upper lip and my teeth, so it just sits there and the flavor just lasts.
That is just a mess.
You know what I thought about though? That. Like this year. In COVID conscious counties, they're gonna leave the candy outside if there's even trick or treating, and like that bratty kid is gonna take the whole thing like the first time, unless you're gonna like peer out your window and look at them. It's just ripe for disappointment.
Alicia in the chat said spook mile tickets.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I really want them to expand on the Mystery Island stuff. I think that would be amazing.
I want to see. It's too foggy to fly, so the boat plane seaplane thing, it just has to coast in.
Ooh, I like that.
We hate the bratty kid.
So my little brother, he was kind of like helping me move in.
Mm-hmm.
He's 10, and I was like, Jaden, what are you gonna be for Halloween this year? And he's like, Pat, Halloween is canceled. Didn't you hear? And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess the word on the kid's street.
It's not a thing.
Is canceled.
Okay. Let's hope Nintendo didn't feel the same way.
I'm interested to see like any parents in the chat if we're going. I don't know, because like you go into stores, there's candy out there, everything's out there. So
yeah.
I don't know.
I love that from Ashlyn. We have a slide for candy this year. We will send the candy down the slide to the kids. That's amazing. Candy slide. Halloween like lost a lot of value for me when I became healthy, because then it was like,
when did you become healthy?
12. I mean, I was a pretty smart kid, so like I instantly felt better because I was sick all the time. So it wasn't just like, oh, my parents were like, we're gonna eat healthy, and I was like, ew, gross. It's like, oh, Zach, you missed 70 days of school last year, now you don't. That's pretty great. So I was like a committed child, and I was like, okay, well, now it's about dressing up and taking the candy, and like people were like, Zach, why don't you just give it to us? And I was like, I don't want to poison you with this sugar. I was like, I just throw it away.
My mother says that it's poor for you.
Yeah, gosh.
Colleen says Halloween is illegal in California.
Wow.
I think the people in California have bigger issues right now. No, I could see that. I can see that. We gotta put the masks on. The Switch Force and NintenTalk official masks. We both have them, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're great. Okay. So we're gonna be going into the Q&A portion, guys. You can put your questions over on Discord, or Zach is the sniper today. He's gonna be looking in the chat.
I got you guys.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, here's a good one.
Beautiful.
From Leisha.
Beautiful.
Boys, if you were going to dress up and go out for Halloween this year, what would your costume be?
Oh man.
That's a good one. Not a lot to celebrate this year.
No. I mean, it's got to be Animal Crossing theme. That's the vibe of the year. Yeah, Cranston, man. I got the height. Okay, I'm thin. I absolutely can dress as Cranston. Got the little Uncharted neck scarf thing going on there. A little bit of an orange. It's like I'm not gonna have a beak. I'm gonna like like the cosplayer people, they call it like bounding, Disney bounding, where you're like inspired by the character, not looking just like the character. So I'm Cranston inspired, and no one will know what I am, but that's okay. My worst Halloween moment. Okay, I'm probably about 6 or 7. I'm Wolverine. I love the X-Men cartoon when I was little. Yes, I'm that old. And I was Wolverine. And it was hot in Wisconsin, okay? They trick-or-treated early there. It was still light out. So I took the mask off. I had 3 or 4 houses say, the Yellow Ranger, Power Rangers. And I was like, guys,
Oh no.
come on, man. I'm Wolverine. I got claws. I got muscles.
I had a similar story to that, and I don't like sharing it, but I will for
Okay, thank you.
comedic sake.
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you. Make us laugh.
So there was a year or two where I was just lazy with my costume. Okay,
Mhm.
I wore a black robe and I wore a mask, like the mask that you buy at like Walmart, where it's like monster mask, but it doesn't even look like anything.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah, generic.
And glasses, team glasses. I was getting really hot. It was fogging up, man. I took the mask off. For one house, dude. For one house, I took the mask off.
Yeah.
I went up to the house expecting some candy or whatever. I knocked on the house, and the lady comes out, probably a really nice lady, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're Harry Potter. That's such a good." I literally did not even take the candy.
You were upset? You didn't want to be Harry Potter?
I was upset. I like Harry Potter. I just wasn't ready for the comparison.
God,
I wasn't ready.
You're
for
like,
that. I was
yeah,
not
okay,
prepared.
all right. Is that like a traumatic experience? You have like Harry Potter, you see Harry Potter, and you're like, God, like I can't. Like,
It's like, oh, my former
anxiety.
costume.
Yeah.
One house. Anyway, yeah, I just walked away. They probably had apples anyway.
Pencils.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, this is a good one from Colleen, aka Celine. What game do you wish you could erase from your memory and play it all over again?
Ooh. It's not Nintendo, but it's BioShock 1. That game is not only why I think I do YouTube, but it's why I think I love games. It made such a mark on me. It was my senior year of high school. I had just moved from California, Indiana. Not a lot of fun. No friends. Pat and Nicole, don't ever move your children after junior year of high school. Not a good look. Okay. But I got BioShock in the summer. It came out in, I believe, August, and I played it, and I was like, this is the coolest game ever. It did so much. It messed with you. It's an amazing title.
Does it still hold up?
I think so.
Biased, but...
I mean, I'm biased. I played it recently on the Switch. I think it does. I mean, like, you can tell, like, hey, this shooter isn't as dynamic or fully featured as, as something today. But, like, I just sat there in awe of, like, what they did storytelling wise, and they crafted this world. It was amazing. And so, like, erasing that and playing that again would be a really wonderful experience.
I want to go with either Skyrim or Breath of the Wild. I'm going towards Breath of the Wild because I was in a similar situation as Animal Crossing. I actually lost my job at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had another job lined up, but it was like months away. So I was like chilling. And I was never like, I feel like Breath of the Wild was the game for me to be like, Pat, you need to start talking about this because you love this so much. It was, dude, like that first scene when you're just like walking out and everything opens up. And I've seen other games recreate that or try to recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Skyrim has like charm because of all the lore and the stories, and there are some turns that like are very memorable.
Right.
But man, Breath of the Wild, just dude, I spent like 10 hours on the plateau. Like, I could have jumped. I could have just done like everything, dude. The way the grass moves, like everything. Like,
do I have a game for you? They made Breath of the Wild again. It's called Immortals. Phoenix Rising.
I saw that video. I am slightly intrigued, but I'm shocked they aren't sued.
2's going to be out soon. I think here's a little spicy Switch Force plug. I think that Breath of the Wild 2 launches with the Switch Pro on March 26, 2021.
I could see that. Go around the same, dude. If they like try to recreate 2017, like here's a new Mario Kart, here's Splatoon. Don't do ARMS dirty again, okay? ARMS are the
legs.
Guys, the tail of ARMS. I'm literally looking at the ARMS poster in my room, okay? ARMS was the biggest thing for about a month, and Splatoon says, "Hold my beer," or "Hold my Kool-Aid" in this case.
Yeah.
Man, Arms, the legend of Arms, man.
I had so much fun with Arms. Kid Cobra, Twintel. Twintel might be Nintendo's most risque character ever, by the way.
I agree with that. Yeah, there was a
It
lot
just,
of
it just needed more. It just needed like a story mode or something else. But yeah,
yeah.
I think we're on the dude. Animal Crossing in 4K next year could be a thing.
Not that it needs
It
it,
does. It's
but
already yeah. It's fine, but
the
you,
Switch needs a pro version. It's not even like, oh, it'd be cool at this. It needs it.
yeah,
It needs
I
it
think it's
because
happening.
like the third party support is going to be like, oh well, we want to be here, but we can't. Like, there's some miracles like Witcher and Doom, but like, it's not gonna happen.
Would you relive Animal Crossing?
Oof. Um, I mean, obviously that'd be cool, but I feel like the coolest part of Animal Crossing was like slowly sharing it with more
Mm.
people and like doing things over like that. So I don't know. Maybe I redo it and I'm not good at designing, Zach. Maybe I'm like,
Maybe you re-roll it though, and maybe you get Drake instead of Tovlo.
I mean,
Here's my like my personal life countdown. It's like, do I get certified lover boy or do I get Brewster first? Which happens? And I'm it's a toss up right now. Drake doesn't want to drop. Brewster doesn't want to drop. Unreal, man. Pat,
oh,
we
the
should get.
costume. What's that?
Have you seen Drake's heart that he has shaved into his head for the album? Have you seen this?
Yes,
Can we get art? Like, can you get Jack shaved in your head? I'll get Brewster shaved in my head.
I'm down.
A little
I'm down.
leaf.
I got nowhere to go.
Uh,
Uh,
sad.
okay, we have Hugh here with the 4.99. Can you guys both give me a rating of Super Mario 3D All Stars and Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS?
Two
On the
very different
3DS.
games. 3D All Stars is the new one that just came out on Switch, and 3D Land is an old game on 3DS.
Give you a rating. I mean, I did not buy the 3D All Stars collection.
Uh huh.
I'm interested, but like from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, like it's not for me. It's not like I'm not clamoring to get it.
Not a
Like
must buy.
I was thinking about getting it.
Yeah.
It was in my Amazon cart, and I'm like, I'm good. I played these games. I still have these games. So you've played it. Some of the improvements that they've done, like
Yeah, I mean, I think they really fell asleep at the wheel of the cart when they were putting this together. Gosh, that was a good pun. Cart for Mario Kart and cart for like the cartridge. Gosh, okay, but they fell asleep because they. It's a legendary collection of 3 tentpole titles that mean so much to so many people and have so much nostalgic value. And it's the menu is 3 games and 3 soundtracks. That's all they got. So they really kind of left so much on the table there. And 64, I wish they would have stretched it, done something. It feels kind of antiquated, even though I love it. But Galaxy, like, honestly, if they release Mario Galaxy as a $60 game right now with the graphical smoothing that they did, you could sell that. It's that good. I've been having so much fun. Sunshine as well is pretty darn great. That game looks really crisp, but it's Galaxy that's won me over. So like right now, I don't know. I'm sitting at like an 8.5 out of 10 for that. Mario's tough to beat, man.
mhm. I mean, it's hard to give it a low grade because the games are legendary.
Right.
But like, as a Nintendo fan, I'm looking at this collection and I'm looking back like not a month, like years ago at the Crash trilogy, the Spyro trilogy, the recent Tony Hawk, and I'm ashamed, man.
They're lazy.
I am angry almost at Nintendo. Like this is the biggest character in video games, bar none, and you did them dirty. Like it's to me, it's a cash grab. I mean, it's great for people that want to experience these games. Maybe they have never played them. Maybe like you've never owned a GameCube and you want to like play Sunshine for the first time.
Right.
I think it's like it's weak sauce, man.
They
Like,
honestly,
need to-
because if you do that, you have fans that say these aren't pure, these aren't how they meant to be. But it should have had something where it was like a classic mode and a modern mode, and I wish they would have done that. Yeah, you're right. You look at Crash Insane, Spyro Reignited; they look beautiful. Like I said, it's a hard thing because the games are so good. I think Galaxy looks so good; it's so fun, it controls really well, but it is lazy, and you have 6 months to buy it. So
I just decision after decision. Oh my god, like a limited release. Like what are they gonna do when Christmas like happens?
I mean, it'll still be out for Christmas, but I think eventually these games get either sold piecemeal or they get bundled into the Nintendo Switch Online service if they eventually release N64 or GameCube or things like that. I mean, the real crime is where's Galaxy 2? So we'll have to wait
Yeah,
and see.
Galaxy 2 is better than Galaxy.
3D Land, did you play 3D Land on 3DS?
Not a lot.
I beat it. I liked it a lot. It's not as anywhere near as good as 3D World in my opinion. So to me, it's like a 7 out of 10. But like, it's great for a handheld Mario.
3D Worlds on the Switch, the one or on the Wii U, the one that's coming to the Switch is a must play.
That is my unpopular opinion. That's my favorite Mario game of all.
Wow. Okay.
I love that they blended some 3D exploration with like linear levels. I think they just like the design is like, it's so crispy. You can crunch it if you take a bite.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I've said my piece about it. We have a question from Ace Studios. Why is there another island on the map in the airport? Maybe Harvey's, but it looks bigger than Harvey's. Tortimer Island, perhaps?
This has been pointed out a lot. You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, on the map.
Yeah. My interpretation is that it's a friend's island.
Okay. Yeah. I think that the whole like Harv's Island and the Mystery Islands, it's a perfect excuse for Nintendo to like have the time to be like, oh yeah, we meant to add this multiplayer island somewhere far away, because like it's an open canvas, really. Like they can do anything with the islands. So it's a great, like, it's great news for you guys who love this game, because they can literally do anything. They can add any island and it would make sense. Like it would fit into the lore. So I think they're just, will they add Tortimer's Island? I think that's something we can answer better.
They may, but like if they do, they're not adding it off the coast of your island. So to me that map is completely, like, I love sleuthing through and finding the things, but that map in particular to me is a nothing burger because it's too close.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, when someone first sent that to me, I was so pumped. I was like, time to make a video. Here we go. Second island coming, mini island coming. Here we go. But no, I think that's it.
All right, let's go to Discord again. Here we go. This is a good one. Aaron Bell says, how tempted have you been to completely restart your island? Do you think you ever will? Well, Zach doesn't have much to leave behind.
Hey-o! Gosh.
Have you ever thought, I mean, you time travel because you like the villager hunts.
I'm going to work on this upcoming video that I'm telling you guys about Friday, and I'm like, how is their island so much better than my island? How? I'm supposed to be the pro. No, but like, for as much as, thank you, Wendy. I'm a minimalist. That's what it is. That's what it is. For as much as I have not invested in my island, like, it was a grind to get that far. So doing that again is going to be rough.
I would never restart my game. Would I flatten my island? Yes. It's happening March 2021. Have you heard, Zach?
You're flattening you're erasing everything?
Done. New theme.
Wow. Okay.
New island. It's going to be like season 2 of NintenTalk.
Okay.
Like,
wow.
Just think of your favorite show, The Office, for example.
Oh, okay.
Season 2 was pretty great.
Yes, it was. Michael
Season
was a little
1
less.
is the starter.
He got hair plugs. He was a little less mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I like it. I'm down.
I have thought about it. It keeps the game fresh because, especially for year 2, I feel like people should at least entertain the idea, because I have a feeling, I feel like we can segue into this. Like, right now we waited a month, okay? And there was people, like, we waited an extra month for this new update to come out.
Right.
Year 2, we're going to have multiple months. Guys, get ready. After Christmas and New Year's, I really think that we're going to have like 2 or 3 months, nothing. And then we're going to get another update.
Sad, man.
What happens to this community? Because like the meme right now is like, come on, we want the fall update. Right. What happens when they're like, this time that we just spent waiting for this update, times that by 3? What happens? It's scary, man.
Yeah.
There is a hardcore base. There's a big install base.
There's a hardcore base that'll stick with it, and there's people that'll check in from time to time, but I think it will become much more appointment gaming, where it's like, oh, there's an update, oh, there's something new, and not as much of like a day in, day out, weekly grind. But to me, one of the most interesting things is like, so many people bought their Switch for Animal Crossing, and I'm curious what game, and especially the female audience, transitions to after this, if they transition, or is the Switch literally like an Animal Crossing box? Because there's plenty of players that, you know, and you have a backlog of Mario Odyssey and Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Yoshi's Crafted World and so much, but where, like, in February, in January, where does that audience go?
I think that audience,
Can Nintendo capitalize and build another game for them, basically?
they need to, and that's like, I think a new Mario Kart is very likely now, because you have to, like, even I can like admit this, like my audience is more, I feel like it's more casual now. Like before I had a very hardcore, like if I didn't make videos about little tiny rumors that Nintendo was having, like
Right.
I'd get blasted for it.
Yeah.
But now it's like I have a much more casual audience. So like you need to release your safety nets. You have to release like your Mario Karts, your like you have to release like Pokemon and stuff like that.
People are calling me out in the chat about my singling out of the female audience. The only reason I point that out, and I'll give my data, my channel went from 83% male, okay, to almost a flip. And like that audience is specifically because of Animal Crossing. And so it's not calling them out. I mean, yeah, I don't know what the dudes who love Animal Crossing are gonna play either, but like it's just I know for a factual fact that Nintendo had a surge of new demographics picking up the system, and so I'm just curious, you know, where they go.
Yeah, I went from 92% male to 78% female, and it's not even like, I feel like this game, we talked a few weeks ago how it's like literally 50-50 split. Like, but with that 50, even males, female, it doesn't matter. Like it's a casual audience.
Yes.
I feel like the last remaining people that had 3DSs that were like clinging onto Animal Crossing, they came to the Switch, and it's like, yeah, what's the next game? I feel like year 2 is a little bit scary. I think they go like guns blazing, giant update instead of like little ones.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like, we'll see what.
Or that expansion that we've kind of tossed the idea around before, where it is paid and it is like a much bigger thing. No, but I think you're right. I think especially if we get the Switch Pro next year, I think a Zelda, a Mario Kart, a Splatoon, I think they try to recreate that magic. And I think, you know, then you're taking the Switch character base, the character catalog, and saying, okay, let's put Tom Nook in Mario Kart now. Let's put Twintel in Mario Kart now. And I think that is pretty exciting and pretty fun. But hey, I mean, there's also the opportunity, like you said, that they just update Animal Crossing and it sticks. That's an option.
Like year 2, I'm not terribly worried about, but I do think that the breaks are going to be a lot longer. Year 3, man. If you still like,
dude,
I don't know.
That's 2022 is so far away. God, I mean,
yeah.
Let's hope. Let's hope that we're around to play video games. That's all we have to worry about in 2020.
I know. What the heck's 2021 gonna look like?
Oh my
John
God.
Carlo with the great question.
Yeah.
What do you think that spooktacular tricks and treats is supposed to mean?
Obviously, Brewster. No. I think it's items.
Okay.
But I don't know what the tricks are. But to me, that's what that's referring. I would love if it was actually referring to trick or treating, but I think it's the items. The new items.
Because like in the past games, there was like kind of like a little mini game that if you won it, you got candy. If you didn't, you would actually get like a pumpkin on your head, and you would look like Jack.
Nice.
So like that would be the trick. But
Okay.
I would love to see them like do some funny things. Play with pitfalls a little bit. Like maybe for like October,
The game is
half
getting
of them
comedy.
are fossils. Like half of them are fossils, half are fake. Like I don't know, stuff like that. Like
Pat's
I'm
big
really
comedy
interested
update.
about that. Yes, I would love that.
I had somebody who was like, Animal Crossing needs more conflict. There should be weather events, tornadoes. There should be fighting. I was like, no, that's not what Animal Crossing is about. Cocoa and hugs, okay? And not Coco the creepy plaster child, but Coco like hot cocoa at Brewster's restaurant. This is not a game for conflict. This is not a game for hailstorms and freaking hurricanes. But I did picture this like linear Animal Crossing with like a storyline where it's like, oh no, hurricane comes to New Horizons Island, and like the villagers are like crying on the beach because all their houses washed away, and you have to, yeah.
I would like a whiteout, like a really heavy blizzard.
Heavy snow? Yeah, that'd be fun.
Where it's like you can't even see
Pop
anything.
your eyes through? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like that would be cool.
That'd be neat.
But like, I don't want heartbreak in my in my Animal Crossing.
I would love it. I'd love an Animal Crossing. There was an Animal Crossing movie in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
If all else fails and there's no updates, we're gonna do a watch party of the Japanese Animal Crossing movie dubbed or subtitled, and we'll watch it together and comment on
down.
what's happening. Okay.
Okay. All right. Will you ever, this is by Rach92, will you ever stop villager hunting, or would you let your favorites go to experience new ones? Villager hunting, is this a phase? Is this going to keep going on?
Is there an end? I mean, Nintendo could save all of us by adding some new villagers. Like, at some point, there has to be a stop point, right? Like, if you've cycled through, like, your top 50, right? Like, it's not like there's new ones popping in. I like change and variety, so I think I'm just going to be cycling forever.
I think I'll never stop. Like, as much as I hate villager hunting, I love it because when you see that villager or you get bailed out after 6 hours, it's just great. Like, you've been looking for this one. I love it, man. I hope they never, like, imagine if they patch that out.
What?
You can't villager hunt. You can just, like, get your first one.
No.
Kyler says, who is your favorite spooky villager in the game?
One right answer, man.
You like Lucky?
I mean, comparatively, yeah.
Was it Lucky?
Yeah, comparatively. Good call. Good call. Mind melding. What are the other choices? Coco?
You got Kiki. You got probably Pietro. You got Coco. You have Cherry. Cherry's a good one.
She's spooky?
Yeah. Cherry, like the red dog spider shirt.
Oh.
You have Truffles, who's
Dude, Cherry's the girl that I'd be intimidated by at school.
I think I'm gonna go with
Cherry is spooky.
I'm gonna go with. You have to go with Lucky. His eye glows at night. He literally has a feature.
His eye glows. What? All of a sudden, there's like 50 spooky villagers, guys.
There's a lot of villagers. Oh yeah, Muffy. Yeah, Matilda, Roscoe. Like, the ones that are like all black and like all creepy.
Roscoe is not spooky.
Roscoe's a little spooky.
He's just dark.
If you saw Roscoe, you would not feel 100% safe.
That applies to almost all the villagers.
No, if you saw like
if I saw Eric, oh my gosh. First of all, I'm vomiting on sight.
No. First of all, he's standing and walking. So yes, that's a little bit intimidating.
Right?
Ooh, this is a good one. I'm Anemone.
Anemone.
Totally random, but what were your first jobs? Have we talked about this? I don't think we have.
No, go for it, man. What were you doing? What age and what were you doing?
All right, so this shows you to stay focused, kids, and never give up, okay?
Okay, great.
So at 16, I applied to this restaurant, all right? I applied to be a fry cook.
Okay, SpongeBob.
Or like line cook or...
Yeah.
Oh my God. And he said, you're too young. I don't think you got what it takes.
Oh, gosh.
A year later, same day and everything, I applied the same place. He's like, I remember you.
Same day?
Or I don't similar time of year. Okay.
I was saying, you planned this? The revenge story? Okay.
Put it on my schedule. I will get you.
Yeah.
No, I applied the next year and he gave me an opportunity, but I think he was clowning me a little bit. He was like, all right, yeah, you can work on Wednesday. All right. And it was like, they had like a biker night where they were packed, dude. There was like biker gangs, probably the nice ones though, that donate and like have teddy bears and stuff.
Right.
Like they come in Wednesdays, it's packed, and I killed it. And that was kind of like my interview. So
Beautiful.
Pat, the 17-year-old fry cook.
Love it. That's awesome. I was a eBay salesman from the age of
Self-employed?
13.
Or no?
Yeah, I got my parents to give me a loan so I could buy a bunch of the original what do you call it? The DS, the really gross gray silver clamshell one, and I bought a bunch. I sold them on eBay around Christmas time, made some money, and that launched me into doing all sorts of things. I would like buy two get one free sales, buy 3 games. You pay $120 for three
Oh, yeah.
games. You sell them each for like 50. You make like $30. I wasn't moving in big amounts, but I'd make 30, 40, 50, 60 here, so I could get all my games for free. But my first actual job, I actually worked for a young girls clothing company in their like it was a local company that ended up becoming a multi-million-dollar business. I sure didn't profit any of that, but I handled like their computers and their shipping stuff for them. And then after a while, I said nope. I said time to work for myself again. Go back to my eBay days, and I said let's do some YouTube. Actually, the real reason I started YouTube, Pat, is I was terrified to go to college. I got into USC in LA. I was living in Indiana with my family at the time, and I was such like a homebody mama's boy. I was like, I'm not moving to big scary Los Angeles. Like I got to come up with something to convince my parents that I'm not going this year. Like I need a gap year. And so I was like, all right, let's do some YouTube. But hey,
are we naming this clothing company or no?
Sure. I don't know if they're still. Let me even see if they're still in business. Right. That's kind of important.
Man, I'm glad I went first because Zach was like, "Oh yeah, I started making thousands."
No.
Like
yeah, it's called Matilda Jane Clothing. Matilda Jane. They made very eclectic and eccentric clothes for like under 10-year-old girls. Which like I hate saying like my first job was with a little girls clothing company because that just sounds weird. But I was whatever.
That's kind of cool. I've never worked retail before.
Oh, I worked Best Buy for like 3 months. Worst experience of my life. I was the worst employee because they'd be like, all right, we need to sell our $60 HDMI cable. When people come in to buy the Wii, you want to direct them towards the Best Buy HDMI cable because it's like, or the Best Buy, whatever the cable was. And I just like, no joke. I'd go to people and be like, especially like moms around the holidays. I'd be like, hey, Amazon has this for like 45% off. You might want to just grab it there. I'd be like, didn't hear it from me, but like Target actually has like a buy one, get one. Yeah, I was bad.
Zach is too nice to work. He's way too nice.
Dude, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'd like to buy these jeans. I can sew them for you. Give me a call. I could do that.
Look, I got $30 left in my wallet. I'll just buy them for you. I got it.
Did you get like special releases or like?
What do you mean?
Best Buy? Like Best Buy, did you get like games first?
Oh, no. There was none of that. The only thing I got was I used my discount for a new TV. And that was it. But like, I was, man. Also, retail's just not for me. Like, my mind's going a million miles an hour. I want to be impactful. That's why I was like, I got to do this for me.
That's why I was in the restaurant business. I always had to be moving.
Yeah,
moving and grooving.
And it's restaurants also like a service industry, which so you're making an impact with people as opposed to like there were coworkers that would knock all the CDs off the shelf just to repick them up to have something to do. God, this is not for me. I remember even at the clothing company, my boss was like, Zach, you need to quit. You need to leave. This isn't for you, man. This is before YouTube, right? So I haven't done anything cool, and they were like, you don't belong here, man. And I was like, okay.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever was told that.
My moment though, when I did quit, just to continue this amazing story, I knew I was so fast at like the computer and shipping stuff, and I was working part-time, and the person who was doing the other half of the job was going half as fast as me. So I came up with this proposal where it's like, I will work full-time, and I want you to pay me. It was basically like less than double. Instead of paying 2 people, pay me like 1.75 times the amount, and I'll kill your production and I'll do amazing. And he's like, all right, I'll consider it. So he called me in the next day, and I'm thinking, I'm going from $9 an hour to like, $16 an hour. So he's like, well, normally we give our employees a 10-cent raise, but based on what you said, it makes sense. I'm willing to give you 25 cents. I quit that day. I said, no way, man. I said, Wow. And then I started from the bottom, and now we're here a decade later. me and Drizzy, ready to rock out.
Zach has just too many quotable things. Okay, I can't keep up. This is a good one. It's by Kirsten.
Hey, someone says that they bought from Matilda Jane. That's kind of cool. But
That's
Kirsten,
cool.
Go ahead. Sorry.
How do you guys feel about the idea that Animal Crossing is a stressful game? It's not that I think so myself, but I have seen multiple people say the game is stressful.
You think it's stressful?
I personally don't think it is, but I could see 100% why. Like,
It's stressful when you're about to live stream and you can't get a villager to move out, and you're like, crap, I got to do this on camera now. And you're like, well, guys, here we are, time traveling again and again and again. But I think it's a chill game. Isn't that why people like it?
I don't think it's stressful at all. But I think if you are going for, like, say, like you really like the cottagecore aesthetic,
Or kidcore.
and or the kidcore, and you're trying to make your island into the best kidcore or cottagecore island you could be, and then you go on like Instagram, or you go on like
You're like, oh my god.
crazy streamers thing, and they're like doing their island so easily. I could see why you're like, wow, I'm not good at this game. Where it's like, Animal Crossing has never been about that, but because
Right.
there's such a giant design community, there is like stress that Nintendo wasn't even thinking of, like that would affect people. So from that point, I can definitely see it. Also, like terraforming and waterscaping, especially waterscaping, I could see I get stressed a little bit, but like never enough where I'm like, wow, I have to stop playing. I'm going crazy. Like,
Right. I mean, my advice is if you're feeling that stressed by Animal Crossing, maybe you should find another hobby.
yeah, or another game, or just play Mario Kart. No, that's worse. That's worse.
Dude, the rubber banding in Mario Kart, blue shells, that's the pain I lived through.
It's like you're not even doing anything wrong.
No,
You're just like,
just let me
you're
win
just
in
racing.
peace.
Yeah.
Come on.
I could see it. I hope that people aren't stressed out by it. Like, if you really are, just like take a day break.
Yeah,
Take
take
a
a
couple
deep breath.
days.
Let,
Yeah.
let the flowers run free.
Yeah. Or time travel to November 18th, which is peak fall.
How stressed are you gonna be tomorrow at 8:55?
Dude, if it doesn't happen, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, I have content planned, but like it has. The only thing is, I don't think it's going to be beginning of October. I really think that Jack is going to greet us in October. This is my month, bro. This is what's going down. All right.
I like this question from Pedro. He says, honest question, why are the best villagers all based on the villager's appearance? It's not a way to judge anthropomorphic people.
Okay. Here we go. I'm not going to give a crunchy answer. All right.
Okay.
Like a granola answer.
Okay.
You don't want to look at these ugly. You have to live on this island. All right. This is supposed to be your paradise.
Right.
And if you're walking around the corner and you see Rocket looking at you, it is a big deal. But I have seen like a lot of people, like I think like unpopular villagers, or like villagers that not a lot of people are talking about. Everyone has their favorite ugly villager. I don't know what it is. Put it in the chat if you know. But like, it has to be about looks. Like you're looking. I mean,
write that down. It has to be about looks.
It has to be about
all
looks.
Right,
That's
audience.
what Pat told me.
That's what Pat said. Gosh.
I like ugly villagers though.
Okay.
I like ugly villagers. I had Mac on my island for months.
The real answer here is they don't do enough. There's not enough distinguishing features. A lot of people have said they don't have unique dialogue. They don't really say enough. The personalities are very like wafer thin. If they did more, then there'd be more to go off. But I will say,
exactly.
sometimes I like to make storylines up. Like I got my love triangles, and that's why I pick certain villagers.
Mm-hmm.
The tension between Julia and Cranston and Phoebe is real.
I feel like you're like the perfect case, because I feel
Man,
like ostriches.
Write that one down.
You're the perfect case. You are ugly, Zach. No, I'm
Thanks.
kidding. Ostriches are looked at like not like top tier, but those are your favorite.
Right.
You know? And I feel like I give a lot of like hype to Eric, but I feel like the deer aren't really too crazy. There's not like a standout deer.
No, they're
like,
boring. Of course they're not so crazy. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like you said, there's no like big difference between personality types. Like,
right. And I think if there was more you could interact, maybe it would be different. Like, oh, if the bunnies all preferred carrots and the frogs preferred lollipops, and and you could like sit and eat with them or hang out or do something, like then maybe it would become more about like the lifestyle. But as we have it right now, the villagers are ineffective, or effectively just like trophies, basically. Like, ooh, let's look at something pretty.
I know certain villagers have, things that they do. Like they have different personality types where they'll read a lot or like look at flowers a lot. But like, what if all the wolf villagers were like nocturnal or
Yeah,
something?
that'd be cool.
Like if there was special, like, I don't even want to say abilities, but I guess abilities, it would make certain villagers like stand out, even if they're not great looking.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't want to say Nintendo like change the personalities of like the frogs to make them better, or like the mice or something. But
Plus, at the end of the day, I guess it's not that serious. We're not out here making life decisions. We're just putting animals
yeah.
on our island, right?
Let's see. Let's see.
Pat, do your clothes match on purpose? Says Dallas.
Absolutely. Every day of my life. No.
Wow.
No, I actually just put this on because I wanted to just rub in
Yeah.
the fact that
Although you just lost on the goal line. That was a terrible play call.
1-1.
Terrible play call, man. I don't know what Cam thought. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere. Pass
It's a
the
good
ball.
value though. Cam's a great value.
He is. His injury. I mean, no one cares, but his injury must have been worse than like we know for no one to really take a shot. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because he's a great. I mean, an MVP caliber player if he's on firing on all cylinders. So.
Here's a good one. Daisy M says, should Nintendo bring the Pocket Camp Halloween items to New Horizons or not?
We were just talking about new stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll spin this even further. Is like, how close should Pocket Camp be with this game? Because like we have the Pocket Camp items, the campsite sign, and things like that.
Right.
And if you haven't seen, just search Pocket Camp Halloween 2020. It's crazy the items that they're getting.
Right.
But if you look at it, I don't think the event starts. I could be wrong, but I think it's like late into October, and that's done on purpose because this event, like, they definitely are putting more, love into this game. They want this game, New Horizons, to be the game. Would you like to see more crossover? I kind of like the fact that we're not forced to download this game.
Yeah, originality I think is key, and I mean, I'm not playing Pocket Camp, so at the end of the day, I don't really care if it's the same items. I'll be like, oh, cute. But to me, that seems kind of lazy. I would rather than make something wholly new.
The items are crazy good, though.
They are. I have seen that photo.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's just a non-factor to me.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to add, like, I could see this, maybe whatever they have planned for this game for Halloween, they release it as is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have Pocket Camp or you download Pocket Camp, there
Import
are an additional 4 to 5 special Halloween items.
Because you can import a couple items from Pocket Camp already, so why not just continue that trend with, like, a few favorites out of the collection or whatever. Not the entire thing, but a few.
Yeah. So if they, I mean, that would be a way to kind of integrate it more. But I like the fact that I can just never play Pocket Camp ever again. Because for me, at least, that's not how I want to enjoy my Animal Crossing, like, handheld.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, this is a fun one. This is by Nicole.
Okay.
Right? If there were ever to be an Animal Crossing theme park, what would be a ride you would really want to see? Nintendo, make this happen. An Animal Crossing. Okay, where would it be first? Would it be like typical Florida, Universal?
Well, I mean, they've got Super Nintendo World is opening in Tokyo, Hollywood, and in Orlando. So one of those is opening in Tokyo first, then Hollywood, then Orlando. To me, this isn't honestly that far out of the realm of possibility. They've said they're going to expand those lands. I don't know how much you followed along, but they've got a Mario Kart ride. They've got a Yoshi Dark ride. They're working on a Donkey Kong minecart coaster. So they've said that there's the possibility of Zelda, Pokemon. So Animal Crossing continues to kill it. That has to, the suits have to say, this could be cool. What do you want ride wise though? Because I think it's important to remember that this is as you said, a more casual leaning franchise. So we're not getting like, coasters with 6 inversions and a 75-foot drop.
Okay, I want, those pirate ship rides?
The swinging back and forth ones?
Swinging ones?
Yeah, okay.
I want the sketchiest looking red pirate ship, crazy, like, around in loops. You know the ones you can go in and they, like, go completely around? Ever been in those? Crazy stuff. I want, like, a sketchy red pirate ship. Like if we're looking at New Horizons for inspiration, that'd be amazing. I want it
It's
to be sketchy.
it's not family friendly, but a sketchy theme park recommendation. There's a documentary that came on HBO recently called Class Action Park, and it's about this dude who made this theme park that like all the rides were way over the top, way too dangerous, and like the saga of that, like water slides with loops. People are getting their teeth stuck in the roof of the slide from slamming it so hard. Yeah, watch that. I think it'd be really cool to have like a water ride, dark ride. So you hop in a little seaplane and you get to go through like the different scenes. Like here's the islands, here's Nook, like Disney style, very much like animatronics and kind of just like a chill ride through, the scenes of New Horizons, and the characters would come out, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
I would like to see like a seaplane, something. I feel like they're definitely the mascots at this point. There's no
The
like,
Dodo Airline guys, yeah.
who's Tom what? I don't even know.
Who?
It's all about the Dodos.
Who?
I think we have to wrap up, Zach,
All right.
by talking about this fall update a little bit more. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, we've talked a lot this episode. Has it changed? Are you converted now? Are you still on Team Brewster?
Yes.
You still think he's going to come?
I don't, again, like different strokes for different folks, but I don't think Halloween carries an entire update. I think they need something else. So it's either Brewster or it's farming, cooking, and I feel like these updates love to tie around an NPC, and so I feel like it will.
They drop like costumes, masks, a little Able Sisters, Mystery Island. Like they have to, if it's just going to be Halloween and Jack is the only NPC, they have to add something like a haunted Mystery Islands or something crazy that we could do, because yeah, it would kind of be a letdown. Like I mean,
It can't just be a the fall update can't just be a Halloween update. Unless they're going to have activities that, like you said, are like very replayable and that you can, I don't know. I think that whether it's farming and cooking or whether it's Brewster and his roost, I think they need something substantial to anchor the update around that is more than just the seasonal event. Because I appreciate the seasonal event, but so many of these updates have had mechanic changing introductions, diving, dream suites, right? Red, and I know Red's an NPC, but to me that's more of a mechanic because he is a regular visitor, and Jack is not going to be a regular visitor, so there's got to be something to tie this together, and to me it's either Brewster or it's cooking and farming. Ready to be wrong. Nintendo did drop a super sick partner showcase, so they're on the way up.
They're on the up.
They're on the up and up, right?
Okay, now this is the next one. This is probably my favorite thing to talk about. How many
Cupcakes?
Yes, that's
Halloween cupcakes. Did you make really cute Halloween pastries?
I did. So I made blood velvet.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's red velvet.
How
and
romantic.
I took sugar and made like see-through like little shards of glass. Wow. It went over half and half. Okay. Like we had a lot of older clientele, but like you're not ordering blood velvet. Okay.
Man, I like it though. I like it.
But I was just gonna say, like this update, like with the King Tut thing and the Abel's like kiosk, how many things could we get that aren't shown in the trailer? Like, do you think there's gonna be
there's always
the more design slot conversation that we always
Slid
get?
in there, yeah. I mean, there's always something in the patch notes that's like, they put that in there. Like they do a lot of that work, I think, kind of under the radar. So, yeah, I mean, to me, like the fears of this being lame, I think are you don't have to worry. I of the major updates, Summer 1, Summer 2, and Big Leaf and his Red Mafia, which one has been suck? None of them. Like the Mayday update, the International Museum, like those. But again, those were tied to a trailer that promised a litany of other events. So I think you're going to get a lot. I don't think it's just Jack. I know you love him, and I'm coming around, but I think it's more.
I mean, we look at the last update, the Dream Suites. That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah, me too.
The Dream Suite is huge.
A game changer.
So, I mean, I trust this team 100%. Now, whether or not they want to go and like give us crazy NPCs to go with this, that's going to be like Brewster's coming, guys. Brewster will be here This month or next month?
Why do you think that? Maybe it's because of a data mine? Do you think that possibly because of a data mine, Tat? Maybe?
No, it's the warm beverage comment. Okay,
Oh.
data mines don't exist. They do. But guys, this episode might age like a room temperature glass of milk because
Ew. I'm
everything's
lactose
gonna
intolerant.
be everything. What do you eat, Zach? What do you eat? Anyway, this episode may be done after tomorrow because you're gonna get all the information tomorrow. Very good chance.
We just sweetened the pot. Okay, we put the.
We got the hype.
Anticipation.
I'm
Hype.
excited for it.
Got to get ready. You know, it's
I will be
sometimes
waking up-
it's the lead up that's more exciting than the actual event or the product.
When it comes to Halloween, it's all about the Halloween, man. The lead up, well, the lead up is great too, but this is going to be a month long. Spooky items. Jack will be back in HD. It's going to be great.
If we
Rooster?
are back next week talking about when's the update coming, I'll be sad. Sad Zach on NookTalk 18. If we have no trailer by September 30th,
Ooh. I don't know, man. I think if it doesn't happen tomorrow, the 28th
it's gotta
seems
be.
likely. Like, it's no way it's going to be on the 1st.
No, I don't think so. I hope
So,
not.
guys, set your alarms. Subscribe to Nintendo on YouTube. Why did I just plug them? That's where it'll be, guys, and we'll be talking about it.
Hold
next
on.
week.
Let's course correct. Check out the merch shop, baby. New logo,
Merch shop.
fresh merch. Those hoodies are so soft, they will feel good on your skin, sensitive or otherwise. The fall season is full of cooler weather, and what better way than to support your favorite show? Also, share this show with somebody you know. Tell them, hey, NookTalk Live, greatest Animal Crossing podcast on the internet. They're predicting everything. They got it right. When the trailer drops, be like, these dudes know what's up. They might even work
Every single
at
time.
Nintendo. Yeah. And then tell them
First
that you want to
double-sided
see
shirt, by the way.
Pat take his hat off.
Yes. All right, let's do it. Tomorrow, guys, hopefully. We'll see you next week to discuss what they did or didn't do. Nintendo, come through, man.
Come through.
All right, guys, we will see you next week. Peace out.